All right, and hopefully that's going to work for me. Cool, cool. All right, well, is everybody all set for the holidays? Went out and got your gift giving, your bicorn hat, your Shaco, all those important things.
Speaking of holidays, I'm got a whole bunch of stuff coming up next week, so I thought maybe we might take next week off.
I think that's a good idea. I'm going to be busy as well, so.
Is that cool with everybody? So that would get us back together, not the 29th of December, but whatever the Monday after that is.
I think that's going to be what, the 5th?
5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would work for me too.
Perfect.
I'm up for that.
I know all of our devoted fans out there will be terribly disappointed, but, you know, what can you do?
It's a new year.
Exactly.
Sometimes they'll take a deep breath and jump in.
Well, cool.
Does anyone remember where we left off?
Allied Shit 4 was moving, maybe? It was just that.
Allied Chit
Yeah, that's
4.
me, the cavalry
That's
on the
MJ.
left.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's French Chit 5, it looks like. And then there's a few more maybe still floating around in the cup.
And irresponsibly, I haven't looked at this since last week. So let's just do this pretty quickly.
I moved 5 already.
Oh, you did?
Irresponsible. You have a life that's totally unacceptable.
What MU is this here? The 6? Is that moved yet?
Yeah, there's only two. There's only. I think you're like the last MU.
Oh, okay. So let's just do this quickly then. This guy here, he'll go. I mean, all he's going to do is change to skirmish, and then he's going to just move up to here. Now, when he shoots with that 5 during the fire phase, can it be combined with the other guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's pretty much that guy. There you go. If the leader stacks with this guy, then there's no more blocking the command.
Correct.
I don't think I understand that commission. What's the question?
Like, in other words, this guy here is not in command right now, even though he's in the radius, because it's blocked. All the paths to him are blocked. But if I just stick the leader here,
then he's good to go, unless the leader gets shot, which I'm going to do my best to do.
Well, that would probably. You know what? This guy's disordered, isn't he? So if he routes, the leader has to go with him.
Yep.
Yes.
So you might want to stack with one of the French squares instead. Might be safer.
Monsieur, come on in. We have
MJ, if you put the leader on top of that Cossack who horned his way in.
Oh, like this guy here?
That Cossack is an army escort level thing. So next turn you can reassign him to the leader that's standing on him, and then he'll be part of that group.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so I'm just going to leave the leader here then.
Yeah.
So we can
Yep.
command this guy, and then this guy will be part of the group, and then I just need to bring this guy over.
Yeah.
So this guy here is just basically going to do this. And this guy here is going to do nothing, I don't think. And that is the MU.
All right, well, that takes care of that one.
Mm-hmm. So 4's done. I'm not sure what else is in here.
Let me go to the bucket and grab something. It is the regroup chit, and that's the last chit in the bucket.
Okay.
So there's probably a significant amount of regrouping that needs to happen.
There is quite a bit, but I think.
All right, start the clock.
like this.
Well, hello, fellow wargamers and history buffs, and welcome to tonight's edition of La Bataille de Dresden. This is a live stream. We are playing the scenario that takes place, I think it's scenario 4, which takes place on the second full day of battle. And historically, there was a very heavy rainstorm all across the entire battlefield that day. And so when you're playing this one, if you're playing the historic scenario, only artillery is going to fire. There's no musket fire at all. And lots of things like artillery movement and things like that are seriously limited. For the sake of fun, we decided to ditch that and say, hey, there's no rain at all happening. We've got clear skies, and so therefore both the Allied Army and the French Army are able to cruise around. The creeks have not risen, the ditches are not full of mud, and both the muskets and the artillery can fire. So it means that we can have a lot more combat and be generally more destructive, which is always fun. We are playing with the Regs 30 rules. And with the Regs 30, this is where you have multiple, maneuver units placed out on the map for the different formations that you want to activate. And then they are going to be drawn from the cup randomly, as well as 4 other action chits. The other action chits are the leader movement chit, the artillery fire chit, the reinforcement chit, and then the regroup chit. And so any of those chits can come up in any order, as well as the different maneuver units that might get picked. And so as a result, with this particular rules series, you've got lots of potential for things to happen. And as a result, then, there can be a fair amount of friction as, one command might activate and you were really hoping another one might go first, or you're hoping that you could get the jump on your opponent or vice versa. And so these are all things that kind of take place with that random chit pull mechanic that's part of both Regs 30 and Marie-Louise. It's used to a slightly more limited effect in the 5th edition rules. In the 5th edition rules, if you draw the French chit, any one of them, then the entire French side goes. So all of the maneuver units that you created are going to be activated, and they'll all move simultaneously. Similarly, when the Allied chit, one of the Allied chits gets pulled, they all go and they all do their thing. So that's kind of how that works. And so right now, the French had been sort of relocating their forces from where they'd been originally stationed out kind of on the east of Dresden. They've been moving through Dresden proper, coming over to the west side of the map and sort of pushing in. So we see a lot of units here in road column moving along. You see a lot of the units here are marked with an out of command mark. That's to let them know that they are out of command. And so therefore, during the regroup phase, they're going to be moving to try to get closer to their leader. And this, usually, so sometimes you can use this as a way of relocating your forces. It's called kedging, and it's similar to what kedging was back in for ships. Sailing ships back in the day. A bunch of guys would go out on a rowboat with the anchor, the ship's anchor. When there's doldrums, there's no wind. They would row out, they'd drop the anchor, and then the guys on board the ship would crank the line forward, pulling the ship towards where the anchor is. And then you would rinse and repeat until you got somewhere, or maybe the winds got better. So in this particular case, it's that sort of concept is used in some of these different games where the leader moves and then the units are then moving to follow. And it's a way for you to get from one destination to another. It's not the most elegant way, but it's a way to do it. The other reason why you have the regroup is for units that might have broken due to combat. So maybe they routed and they ran away, then they recovered, and now they need to move back towards their commander. And so that's typically what the regroup is used for. But here the French have done a lot of relocating, so they've got a lot of forces that they've used that mechanism for. We can see the Allies doing something similar. They have a lot of this artillery and cavalry that they've moved basically from the east side of the map over to the west side of the map. And we can see some of these hussars and others that have been moving up and along the roads and places like that to try to get to their destination. So that's something else that we see out here, where both sides are using that mechanic to move their forces and bring them up. And let's go here real quick and see what's going on in the YouTube comment section. If there's anybody out there I need to shout out. I've been busy baking cookies today. And I was baking cookies yesterday. And I'll be baking cookies tomorrow. So it is the tradition that I have maintained from my childhood. I'm the only one of my siblings who is still doing this, where I make I normally make 5 or 6 different varieties of cookies, and then kind of package those up and give them as gifts to people. So, all right. And it looks like we got a Miroslav checking in with us. Welcome, welcome. And we got some other folks out there tuning in. Thank you for joining the live stream. If for some reason you've got a question or comment, go ahead and post it in the chat, and I will do my best to answer it for you. I am not actually playing the game. We have 4 players on the Allied side, and I think we got 5 players on the maybe 4 or 5 players on the French side. And I am the roving reporter. So this way I can kind of bounce around, talk to the different teams, listen in on what they're thinking and planning, and help answer questions. We've got some folks that are new to La Bataille, a fair number of people that are new to the Regs 30. And so this is a chance then to kind of help them out with learning the basics. And then, of course, for folks out there, instead of just seeing one side of the battlefield, if I were the commander of, say, the forces on the west or the east or whatnot, you wouldn't get the full picture of what's happening. So this way I can kind of bounce around and present a more full picture of what's happening with the battle and and all that good stuff. And I'm going to go down and join my colleagues and see how things are going. But it looks like for the most part, people are just regrouping. We can see units moving. And if you're maybe new to Vassal, you'll notice that there's this section up here in the upper left-hand corner that is showing the names of the unit, kind of where it started and where it's ending. And that way then you can kind of keep track of things. So we can see that units are moving. There's probably stuff happening all over the map as everyone's trying to do their regroup more or less at the same time. If you were playing the game face-to-face with somebody, or even if you're doing it here on Vassal, oftentimes it'll be a case where people will, like one side will take the turn, they'll move all their regroup. So say the Allies drew the regroup chit, they're going to do all their regroup, and then the French player will be watching them while they do that, making sure that they don't make any mistakes. And then the reverse happens, and then the French player would do their turn, moving their regroup as well. then once that's done, then they would go back to the cup if there's anything in the cup and continue to draw chits until they had completed the turn. And since this particular one was the last chit that was in the cup, after the regroup is done, the next thing that's going to happen will be the simultaneous fire phase. So that's going to be a case where units that are adjacent to each other are going to be able to fire at each other. And then artillery that is, 2 or more hexes away, that'll be able to fire at any valid targets. And once that's done, then there will be the assault phase. So during the movement, if there were assaults that were declared by one or both players, then those are going to be sorted out during that assault phase. And once that's done, then you're going to have sort of the rally and recovery phase. And this is then where units that are disordered or routed are going to roll to see if they can recover their good morale. Cavalry units that might have charged or been engaged in combat in previous turns, depending on what happened to them, it might be an opportunity for them to recover from being exhausted or from being tired. And so those are all things that happen during that sort of recovery phase at the end. And then once that's done, then you're ready to advance the clock and start all over again. So Miroslav says, hey, nice departure from Germantown. Yes. So at Germantown, you can only see half of what's going on. And here, of course, everything's going on. So you can see lots and lots of stuff that both players are doing. And kind of looking at it here from the bird's eye view over here on the east, it looks like for the most part, it looks like the French have abandoned a number of the redoubts to save the gunners, and the Allies have occupied, it looks like about 3 of the 5 redoubts that they need to capture in order to have victory. And so the situation is there's a group of Russians, a couple of divisions that are over here on the east side of Dresden. They're up against Saint-Cyr's corps, which is made up predominantly of a large contingent of provisional infantry. So these are sort of the Marie Louises. These are the chaps that kind of got called up maybe a little earlier than they should have been to make up for all the losses that Napoleon suffered in the Russian campaign. Now, if we move a little bit further to the west, we've got the Prussian corps. This is Kleist's corps, and he's got, I think, about 3 brigades, a fair amount of associated cavalry as well. And they're kind of holding this section here to the south part of the suburbs, and kind of stretching out, heading a little bit towards the west. And then over here in the west along the Weißritz River, which is rather at, a little substantial, it's bigger than a stream. It's not the Elbe, but it's a decent little body of water. And historically, during the battle, it was flooding because of all the rain, and a fair number of poor troopers ended up drowning trying to get across it when they were overrun by the French. So along here we see a substantial number of the Austrians. So the Austrians are the forces here with the white jackets, and gray pants or white pants. The Hungarians have the white jackets and blue pants. The various Grenzers, which are the Austrian light infantry, they have brown jackets. And then we have some Landwehr, which have gray jackets and gray pants. And then we've got a variety of cavalry and then assorted artillery kind of moving along as well. So this is what we've got going on over here, where the Austrians are going to contest the French over on this side of the battlefield. The French have swung. They've got a couple of corps over here. They've got Victor's Corps. I believe that is the 2nd Corps. They've got Marmot's 6th Corps. They've got the Old Guard. They have, it looks like, a couple of divisions of the Young Guard. And then they've got the bulk of their heavy cavalry and stuff over here as well. So a rather considerable force. And so, like with anything else, kind of see how things sort themselves out. The Austrians have decided to fight for and try to take this area or hold this area. The French, their objective is to push the Austrians off that side of the map. I'm going to go down and join my colleagues.
Hey, Mitch. Are you there, Mitch? You're on mute.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Hey, just so you don't forget, you got a couple of trailers.
Where?
Right. Flash them. You gotta.
Well, I'm not zoomed out far enough. I'm sorry.
Okay.
How about now?
All right. So you got a trailer here.
Is he?
Yeah, this is one of you, and then.
Oh, that one. Yeah, but I'm not sure about this one.
Then this guy.
He's under this. This guy is under this guy. Oh, are you talking about this guy?
Yeah, this guy.
Okay, so one. Yeah. Well, I guess that's about as far as he can get.
Okay.
And then you're right about that gun.
Yeah.
I got it. Where's that at? I think I see that. Oh, here. I got it. Let's see if I can move. Was he there before he started regroup, or how do I go?
This dude was here before regroup.
I think the best I can do is go here then.
Maybe not do that.
Maybe once I can probably get to here by going around.
There we go. And then there's this dude down here under Colorado.
One more time.
Just south, right here.
Okay. All right.
So are we missing Rick tonight?
Oh,
I think so.
I think we are.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd let you guys know. I think he had been moving all of that Allied heavy cavalry that was kedging over to the west. So somebody probably wants to do something with that in his absence.
And hey, do you remember where Rick was taking those the cuirassiers?
Yeah, the leaders are. Looks like there's one here. They're kind of on the west.
Okay. Yeah.
If you kind of know, why don't you do that? They're headed your way. Why don't you take command?
Yeah, I'm an idiot though. I totally blocked his way through the woods with one of my units.
You know what? That's okay, because I can't tell you how much fit that he gave me in
but I'm the one who has to move him now. And I'm just gonna keep heading them in the direction they're going. All roads are half, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
If they're in road order, yes, they are half. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think he's got to get out of road order to go into the woods.
Yeah, they would go into general order if they.
Yeah. To go here.
What do you mean?
Well, this guy right here.
Yep.
He can go one hex and then he's blocked. So he's got to go here, which means he's got to switch out of road column, which is 3 to change formation, 4, 5, And then to go 1 hex, I think, is 8 movement points just to go there.
Unum is already there.
Yeah, it could be that he just moves the 1 hex and
It stops.
yeah, and waits until the road gets clear.
Well, but actually,
You left me out of the road. That's classic.
what I was just bring this whole group up into this area and close up all the column.
You can't. You got to move towards your leader.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Well, yes and no, but yes.
He's gonna be on in a second.
There's no way to get. There's no path for him to go around this way. So he's got to move towards his leader. I mean, if it was just doing this, that'd be fine. But that's blocked. This is blocked. This is blocked. All this is blocked. So I think he's got to go towards his leader.
Okay, so he closes up for 2, right? Or half.
No.
And
First he has to change formations. That's 3.
Right.
He can close his road order up.
He has to do that. He has to change formation. So that's 3 points to change formation.
Yeah.
He closes up. That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're at 4 now. And I'm assuming he changes into line. Is the formation change?
You can do whatever you want.
You can do whatever you want. Whenever you leave road, you can go into whatever formation you want.
And what are the woods for Calvinus?
I think it's 3, but
Well, so what you'd want to do is you'd want to move while you're still in road order into that hex because there's a road there, right? So you move there for half a point.
Okay, so you go half, then
Yeah.
change formation,
Yeah.
then close up. So we're at 4.5. But now he's got to be in general order, though. No.
Yeah. And woods for cavalry is 3. Honestly, you're better off just moving the 1 hex, leaving them the way they are, clear it out next turn. You're sort of fucked.
There's nothing wrong with consolidating up in that position, though.
Yes and no. I mean, I know where I want these guys to be. It's going to take another turn to get there.
Well, and of course, it's all contingent on you getting the regroup chit coming up after you've moved 4th Division, right?
Good point.
Right.
Yeah, because if it comes up the other way, where the regroup comes up, then you spent 2 turns sitting there. Type of
That would be awful. That'd be horrible.
Yeah,
that'd be awful.
Miserable.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy goes there. So this guy's just going to come in right behind.
So they're regrouping, Rick. So they're moving the Cephas back lines.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I forgot.
Oh, Rick has joined us.
Oh, good.
Hey, Rick, I started. I regrouped your guys under Udom. I was right about to start on Tish, whatever that dude's name is. Tishagalav, whatever his dude's name is. You know who I'm talking about. But I defer to you. Hey, Mitch, you still have those engineers and Rorknets. They're probably super drunk by this point in the game, but they're just hanging out there.
What town?
Rorknets.
Oh, okay.
Those were I think those rifled Jaegers that got chewed up the day before. And you wish you had the rifle rules from Mont Saint Jean.
So Rick, if I jacked up what your plan was with Udom, I can just put them back right where they were. I know exactly where they were.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
We can now.
Okay. Right on. What?
I think you just need to move the rest of these guys here that are part of the tail for that big 16 increment cuirassier.
Oh, sorry. I'm way on the west moving Hune and stuff over there near Roth. I'll get over there.
Ah. Yeah, I mean, I think the only problem with trying to go into general order is that if you move from one general order hex to another general order hex, you have to stop moving. So you can basically, only move one hex at a time in the regroup through general order terrain. So I don't know that
is that for all units, or is that just cavalry? I didn't know.
No, that's everybody. So it says here, units in general order may move into non-general order terrain hex and enter column formation, where they may be subject to opportunity reactions due to the formation change. Units in general order terrain which move directly to another general order terrain hex cease their movement after moving only one hex.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So in a village, that's the same thing. You'd stop.
So in theory, right? Units in general order terrain. So it's very interesting the way it's written. It would makes it sound like you're in general order terrain. So it doesn't say that you're in general order, but you're in general order terrain and you're only going to move one. So in theory, like units that are moving along the trail in the woods or moving through Dresden or moving through a village, even though they're in road order, they should only move one hex at a time, from what this seems to indicate. Which, I don't know.
Suddenly there's a purpose for administrative march.
Yeah. Well, and that would have definitely had an impact on, well, certainly the French with the redeployment that they've been working on the last couple of hours. Yeah.
I did not know, but I didn't even know that rule existed. I'm trying to find it right
now. Well, and I think it's right there with regroup stuff. So it's under restrictions 8.9.2.1. So that would mean that, if you're trying to regroup towards your leader and you enter a general order terrain, if you've got to move, the next one would be you're only going to move one hex forward. If you're like moving through the woods or swamp or a village or something. So so then that does make sense.
What are you guys talking about?
So it has obviously been a rule that has been overlooked for the better part of this game. But it's basically
for the better part of everyone's game.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I mean, when we played Moscow, I was moving Cossacks through stuff, and we were doing a bunch of regrouping, moving through woods and whatnot. And it should have just been, you move one hex and that's it, kind of a thing. But we were in road, and so we're like, oh, you're just going to cruise along in road. So but
the
rule.
It is interesting. It says if you're in terrain. It doesn't matter if you're in road order. You can be in road order. You still can only move one hex.
Yeah. So it doesn't say that you're in general order. It says that if you're in general order terrain. So once again, that means
but doesn't road order mean you ignore terrain?
Nope. Not in this case.
Road?
Well, if you're under an administrative march or maneuver unit, you ignore it. But if you're regrouping, then you are stuck. You can only move one hex at a time if you're regrouping. So that
means regroup should only be used in clear terrain.
Yeah. And that's why then you should use administrative marches for stuff instead of all this kedging.
I can make a suggestion.
Sure.
I think we should. I mean, the French did not know that rule existed, and we.
No. Yeah, we're not saying we need to go back and tell them. Yeah, I mean, for the purposes of this game, yeah.
I'm sorry. Can I just say, for the purpose of this game, we should probably ignore that and try to remember it for our next game, because the French have abused it. It would be crazy for us to implement it and say, now the Prussians or the Russians can't do the same thing now, but the French did it. I think that's unfair to the Russians and Prussians, because the French sure the hell ignored the crap out of that rule.
Yes, I concur. I'm just saying that I mean,
I did not know that rule existed.
Yeah, I recalled it, but I thought it was if you're in general order and you're moving from one general, you're in general order and you're moving to another hex you're also in general order. I seem to recall that, but when I read through it here, no, it's in general order terrain. So that is very interesting. So then that does definitely mean that you should be, if you're going to be doing a big redeployment like both of these armies have been doing, they should be using administrative marches to get from place to place.
We'd still be in Dresde.
So, but 12.8.3, a unit road column pays a movement cost.
No. Yeah, we're in section 88.9.2.1.
Which is
page?
Part of regroup.
So it's page 14, about halfway down the first column.
Under restrictions.
Yeah.
Are you saying that supersedes road movement? Road column.
Yeah, it's because it's saying units. So we're not going to worry about it because to try to implement that rule now, would it be fair to? Yeah. But for future reference, if it says here, units in general order terrain which move directly to another general order terrain hex cease their movement after moving only one hex.
This only applies to regroup.
It only applies to regroup. Yep. So what that means is,
because I would argue they're not in general order terrain; they're on the road.
No, but it's
I agree with that take.
And it specifically says you're on the road.
Right, I agree with that take. I think
I don't know. I mean, I agree with your interpretation, but the rule doesn't say it. It says if you're in the terrain, not in a formation. Road column is a formation type, not a terrain type.
Right, but if you're in road column going through a woods, you're not in the woods. You're in the road.
I'm just telling you what the rules, the way it's written. I'm all for ignoring the rule of this game totally. We can just forget this conversation.
Yeah. I'm just saying that for future reference. So what that means is for future reference, if you're going to be doing a redeployment and you're going to be moving through woods and villages and things like that, you want to create an administrative march instead of kedging. Kedging only works if you're going through clear terrain, and so that's the message of that rule, and I kind of like it because I think there's a reason why the administrative. Well, I think there's a reason why the administrative march, was created. If you were going to do everything by kedging, you wouldn't need that. So. All right, how's it going? You guys got your movement done, or still chugging along?
No, sorry, I got distracted.
So for those of us that need the elevator pitch, when you're kedging and you go into some kind of other terrain and clear, that's it. You don't move any further until the next turn. You move one hex out of it. Is that true?
Yep. So you would move in and you're going to stop, and then it looks like the next.
I'm sure glad nobody checked this rule until I just moved. That's great.
As we say,
if it's a lone woods hex, you can go into the woods hex and then come out of it because that next movement is back into clear terrain.
Right.
It's only if you're going from general order to general order. So that affects all the villages and all the woods in this map, if we were to use that rule. But we're not going to use that rule, so.
Yeah. But it's good to know for future games.
And I thought that something had finally gone my way. Hey, thanks for spoiling my dream.
Well, what you want to do is, I don't know that it affects you too much, because you've got the bulk of the second corps kind of all together there. But if it means that you're bringing guys that have routed back towards their leader, you want to maybe
Route them around.
avoid going through the general order train if there's a path that legally
It's not a big
allows
problem
you.
there. The problem was the 23rd Division because it's going into named structures, and I think that it just goes into them. They don't leave. It's like a Roach Motel.
Oh yeah,
battalions, they don't leave.
They check in, but they don't check out.
There you go.
That's the one.
Great commercial. Great commercial.
Come and get me, Austria. Come and get me. Get some. Get some.
More importantly, can I bitch about Kriegspiel? Or is it
How's that going, by the way?
Why don't you go ahead and finish your move? I'm sure we'll have time to talk about that.
How is Kriegspiel going?
It's interesting. It's I think that we've had some slight frustrations because we're learning how the game works. We don't have access to the rules, and so that.
How is it you don't have the rules and you're playing the game?
I think you can buy the rules, but
I don't know what rule set they're using, kind of stuff. But I think the idea is that they want you to, kind of be focusing on the, the bigger picture, command, this, that, intelligence gathering, moving and making choices, and kind of leaving the details to the umpire. And so for a number of us that are used to having a much more intimate relationship with our formations and where we're rolling the dice and we know what's happening, I think that is, it's a little bit of a challenge for us because it's not what we're used to. And maybe that's the most diplomatic way I can put it right now.
Well done.
Well,
there's a notable attitude issue too, which is that the umpires are over the border of disrespectful when you cross their invisible red lines. So the writing tone is over the edge into insulting, which is not fun. Like the game itself and the mechanics and the system is really cool, but the actual human interaction is over the edge of what's really acceptable. Honestly.
So Brennan and I were talking about this since we're both fencers, and obviously in particularly foil fencing, but also in épée fencing, you have a referee, and the referee is calling the actions, and in foil, it's very subjective, and the foil referee is, determining who gets the point. While in épée, as long as both lights go on and nobody is cheating, or nobody did something that was a violation of the rules, one or both of the people are going to get a point. And so, for both of us, since we've had some experience in competition where the referees, you're like, okay, I'm not quite sure why you called it that way, but okay, we'll roll with it, kind of stuff. And so part of it is where I was talking to a friend who's not a fencer, and I said, when particularly for foil and saber fencing, you've really have two opponents. You've got the guy who's got the weapon, who's on the other side of the strip, and then you also have the referee. And so you have to kind of figure out, okay, what's the referee, what actions is he seeing, and how is he interpreting that, and how do I need to modify what I'm doing to get the referee to recognize my parry or my beat attack or whatever it is. And so you've got that. So that's another thing that's kind of going on is with the where we're trying to figure out the rules, we're trying to figure out, are we doing this correctly? And then we have to try to figure out what it is that the referees or in this case, the umpires are kind of looking at or doing. And I think it has some similarities with like Dungeons and Dragons, where you've got some role playing that's going on. And so there's sometimes there's the case where the umpire is doing things that are adding some friction to to how the game is playing out. And just like if you've got a game master in Dungeons and Dragons who is going to throw a monster at you or have a booby trap go off or whatever else kind of a thing, to try to shake things up or to add some drama to the adventure kind of thing. So there's a number of different elements that are involved, and just have to kind of roll with it. That's all the more I can say.
I think my greatest frustration is I have zero understanding of the capabilities of my units.
Yeah.
I have zero understanding of how they function. I have zero understanding of how they get in and out of formation. I have zero understanding of how a skirmish unit functions in this game mode. There's apparently no ability to prolong. That's something I learned the hard way, but we'll get there. And I don't get any feedback on what I'm doing from the umpire as to, if I'm correctly assessing my unit capability. I keep saying things like I put my unit next to my units in the skirmisher so that they're supported. I'm not sure it's important in this game system. Can I have some fucking feedback? I get whispers and crickets.
Yeah, and that's where I'm
a general. I should understand how my units move and function.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, and that frustration is being experienced by all of us. There's been more
crazy limitations on one side.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing. I mean, we're used to games like La Bataille or Battles of the Age of Reason or these other different ones where we know how much movement we have, we know how many hexes we can go, we know how much it costs to change formation, and so generally we know, okay, this is a Napoleonic battle, so units are going to be in column, line, square. If they're light troops, skirmish. There's going to be some stuff that the skirmishers are going to do better being in the woods or being in a town than they would be necessarily out in the wide open. But yeah, it's the not knowing how fast stuff is moving or how long it takes to get from one place to the next. That's the other thing that's a challenge as well. So the thing to do is just to say, okay, we'll kind of figure it out. And I think what might be fun is for us to, we'll see how things all pan out one way or the other. But
maybe the referees are waiting for a little cash to get their attention.
Is that it? Is that what we need to write them?
That might be
what's your Zelle number?
Pay to play. Pay to play.
Sorry, are we done with regroup?
Yes.
Please, all right.
Alex, real quick question here. This guy here.
Yes.
Was here, right? So doesn't he have to just go here and stop?
He went this way and this way.
But he can't. He has to go towards his leader, right?
His leader is the 22nd, and he's going as fast as he can to that guy. If he goes here, he's closer here. So why wouldn't he go that way?
Because he's within the command radius of him when he's here.
No, he's not. He's blocked by this guy.
You can still take the shortest.
Here.
You can still take the long.
Yeah, you can't trace the command through
that guy. Yeah. So he's going to go to where he can get command, which is there. That's why I moved him.
Okay.
That's the only reason, because that guy blocks. I would love to move him here if he was in command, but unfortunately, this blocks command. Because that's a different unit. Right. That's the cav. So he's actually now.
Well, I think we're done down here.
All right. So we've got all the chits in the cup are done. So we can go to the fire phase. We probably want to have you guys divide into an east-west faction and start chucking some dice for that. And then I think is there any assaults?
Yes.
Okay. So then there'd be some assaults that would be done, and then sort things out from there.
Let's jump down into one of the rooms, guys on the west.
Pick a room.
Yeah, Eric. Using the notebook to the rules, it says that if they're on the road using road column, they ignore terrain in the road, and the stop after one hex rule is moving general order terrain. Moving directly for another general terrain must cease or move after moving one hex. However, this restriction applies specifically to units in general order formation. The involuntary state assumed when moving through rough hex without a road. Since a road column is a distinct voluntary formation that overrides the underlying terrain, it does not trigger the mandatory stop.
So is that Notebook LM's interpretation of things?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. So maybe there's something somewhere else that explains that.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have
Did you
another
ask it-
citation?
Yeah, you ask it to cite the rules when you ask it a question.
I'm gonna click on one. Click on that one. If entry in square suffers casualty, it does not cost. Road column, this formation must only be formed on a road, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it has little buttons, numbers you can click on, and then it jumps to different sources.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what you would.
I think.
Yeah. Well, why don't
Notebook
we can table
always
that for the
use-
moment because it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Yeah. So.
Yeah. But I also had 5th edition rules clicked on, so let me redo it with just Regs 30. But anyways, keep going.
Well, you guys need to be doing some shooting. So I think you and Hawkins have got some. Yeah, it's the fire phase.
Oh, Hawkins.
Are we doing that in here, or are we going to a game room?
I don't care.
It looks like. Well, it looks like MJ and Alex are down in game room 1. Probably Matt should go down there as well, so that you can do all the firing. It looks like Brennan's down there. So it looks like the guys that are on the west are down in game room 1. And then
this is regular shooting?
This is just regular shooting. So this is muskets as well as artillery.
Okay, I'll head down there to the west one, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that mortars too?
No, mortars are firing
Thank
when
God.
the artillery chit comes up.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite thing. All right. Well, what side of the line do you want to start on? Probably start over there at readout number 1, I guess,
Rick,
and work your way down.
Hold on. Rick.
What?
Go put that dude there.
What dude? Where?
Your line infantry that's right here.
What about him?
He's gonna get shot at with artillery, and then it's gonna bounce through.
Shot at by artillery. It's gonna get bounced through. What artillery shooting at him?
Right here. Oh no, sorry, the woods.
Yeah.
The woods block it. Never mind. Ignore me. Never mind.
Everybody's a general.
Crazy talk.
All good. Thank you. I appreciate you. All right. Do you want to do artillery first or mortar first, Hawk?
I don't have mortar.
The mortar is
all right.
only during
Go
artillery.
ahead.
Yeah.
Shoot this guy. Shoot me.
Okay. He's going to shoot here.
All right. Shoot away. Just roll. Depending on what
Miss.
it is, it's probably miss. 1, 2,
Bounce
3,
through.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So was it?
Which one is it gonna hit? 9.
Well, I have the range of 14.
No. It's we have to look at what spine it's hitting to see. LOS. That's what I'm looking for. Why does it do that? From here to you said 14.
Yep.
So draw it out to 18. That way, then you'll see.
18.
Yeah, because you're 9 away right now. So if you draw it out to 18, then you'll get.
So it looks like it's the guy below him. What happens when it hits 2 hexes?
Then it's half and half. If it goes perfectly down the spine, then it's going to be half
Well,
and
it's
half.
not perfectly. It definitely hits half of. It's in one and it's in the other one.
Yeah, I think it's the case where you split it when it goes down
Okay.
the middle of the hex like that.
All right.
So then what would happen
All right.
is it would be a 3 to what, a 3 to 6 and a 3 to whatever your fire defense is.
Yeah.
3 to 8
Okay.
since you're disordered.
6.
Why is it 6?
I think if you're
So
disordered,
disordered,
infantry
what?
that's disordered is a fire defense of 8 in the clear.
Yeah, so it's 1 to 1.5, right?
Yeah. So you just fired at this chap here, right? And you missed. And so
Yeah.
now you're firing at this guy
That's
here,
this guy.
right?
Yeah.
And so that's going to be a I don't know how many increments you got there.
Just roll.
Yeah, just roll. That's going to be a miss, right? And then you're going to have
this guy. Disorder guy. Roll.
right.
Okay, this guy, not disordered.
That's a 1
Oh,
to
that's
2
a
shot.
1 to 1.
So
Just
this is
roll.
a 1 to 2 here.
Just roll. Okay,
That's
So
a
that's
hit.
a miss. At 1
Why
to
is it
2.
1 to 2?
At 1 to 2, that's a
6 to
miss.
6 is 1 to 1.
Why is it 1 to 1? If your fire value is 6, right? And it's halved because it's right down the middle of this hex, right?
Okay.
So
I didn't
half
know
goes
that.
there, half goes there, and then this one you'd have the full amount on.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll for
Go
that
ahead and
one.
roll the artillery.
And
Nope.
that's a miss. And then I don't know if you got enough left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you'd still have then this. What is this? Artillery. What's
Yeah.
Okay. So then go ahead and roll for that.
Okay, let me turn it
Be a
so
hit.
it's working the right guy.
So that's going to be artillery in what is
Road.
it? Limbered, right? So it's got a fire defense of 6. So it's a 1 to 1. So yeah, that's going to be a hit.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't this guy. It was this guy here. Because it was this tail. Which tail belonged to who? Did it belong to this guy or that guy?
It belonged to that guy.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't know.
The other guy had no hit. Yeah.
Yeah, because the
'Cause
tail
he's already been hit.
The tail was pointing this way, and that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd already been hit.
So he wouldn't have had a tail.
No, he had 3. So I had 1 there, and then 1 there. So I had 1 and
so it's
1.
only 1 increment of artillery per hex.
That's what I thought when I'm in road movement.
Okay.
Please tell me I'm not wrong. That would suck. Okay. This guy.
So the 1 to 1 at the skirmisher in front of him.
Roll. Okay. This
And
guy.
1 to 1 at the artillery.
Okay, I'll shoot back. Oh, I think I hit you.
Yep, that's a palpable hit.
What, 1 to 1.5?
Well, you've got these guys here, right? Plus this. Who are you shooting at when you said you were shooting back? There, right? So how many increments do you have in this hex here? Or in these two? So you're going to have 6 times 3. It's going to be 18. Halved is going to be 9. So you'll have 9 plus 16. So that should be a 1-to-1 shot. So a 63 is going to be a hit on that artillery. And then they're going to disorder.
Oh, I didn't roll for my artillery. Got hit down here.
Rick's gonna
Roll.
assault that
31. He's fine.
You sure?
With 31. Yeah.
Well, he's
a
+6 or
Nine.
-6 or whatever it is. He's a 9. Well, he's over half loss.
Yeah, but he's got a morale of
Is that five?
16, so 31 becomes a 21. Right. So 16 is still good enough. Just barely made it. And going down the line, you've got this skirmisher that can fire at any of these 3 guys.
Well, I
I don't
think
think you
well,
can get odds.
can we combine with the guy next to him?
He can only fire at the guy that he's adjacent to.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can he shoot? Can he shoot there?
No, hex
No.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh, the infantry's in the way.
Yeah, it blocks the line of sight. Yeah.
Wow, what do you know? Rick is blocking me again. Wow. God.
That's weird.
Never seen that happen before.
Convenient.
What is that? Just 2
You want to do
increments of
these 2
shoots?
here?
Yeah.
His job. I don't know what his job is.
Well, what you do is you just use him. You could use him on the attack on that artillery, right? Because
He's
the
out of
shoots
command.
in. No, but he can still fire, right?
It's
Sure.
times 4.
Yeah.
Well, the artillery's already been targeted, so
Right.
Yeah.
But for future reference, yeah.
Yeah.
So the shoots in are they're times 4, and then at a range of 2, they're full value. Right. I'm pretty
I thought
sure.
they were half that too.
Well, I could take a quick look, but
Well, they're halved at 3 right?
yeah, they can shoot 3.
We can look it up. We can
here.
look it up next time. That's fine.
Yeah. All right, what do you want to shoot at, oh disordered dude? Do you want the 2 of us to shoot here?
Yeah.
Or do you want the 2 of us to shoot there?
Yes, that's what I want.
What I really want?
Let's do. Yes, that's what I really want.
I'll let you roll that one then.
Yeah.
Well, let's do this one first. Hawkins, shoot me here. Let's just go down the line.
No, I'm going to shoot the disordered guy.
Okay, well then I'm going to shoot you real quick. I'm just going to roll. Nothing. Okay. So you're shooting the disordered dude with these 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right, roll.
That's a miss.
Probably nothing.
Yeah.
These 2, just roll. If it's somewhere high, we'll look at it.
All right, let's roll. 52. I don't think that's going to be odds.
Well, is this guy in line or is he in?
He's in line.
Yeah, so he's going to be at least 12, right? And the guy that's disordered is probably going to be worth maybe 3 or 4.
So 4.
Right,
so 52.
So you're at 16, and the fire defense in the town
should be 20.
Fire defense in the town is 14, so it's a 1-to-1. So 52 is enough for a hit.
Okay, that's a hit.
Artillery is better defensively in the town than infantry.
So is this guy actually 3 times? He's not 2.
The Russian. That's what.
This guy here.
Yeah, he's Russian.
Is he in an 8 or is he in a 12?
So these are the Russian. That is a Russian line. So those are their. What are they? Musketeers? Yeah, I guess no. They're just times 2. So you're going to have
11. So it's 1 to 1.5.
Okay, so it didn't work out after all. Close but no cigar.
All right.
Okay.
You got
We
this
got
guy,
right here,
Hawk.
man. Oh yeah.
Just roll.
Nothing.
Nothing. Going down the line, we have these two.
You want to fire against them, or do you want to have your Yagers fire against these guys? I'm thinking these guys.
Go for it. You can roll.
All right.
Hold
I can't-
on.
I can't get odds right there. So
Yeah. So no fire on that one. You're
Yeah.
gonna shoot. What are you gonna shoot with this guy, Huck?
That guy and that guy will combine on him.
Okay. Go ahead, roll.
well, as
So
long as you
you're
get
looking at probably, well, it's
least
going to
a
be a
1-to-1.
1-to-1 probably, right? Because the guys that are in the palace are firing out at their, they can fire 6, right? And they are considered in square. So those guys are going to be times 3, then divided by 3. So you're going to have, so they're worth 6 points. And then this guy's worth whatever half he is. It's probably going to be another 3 or less, depending on his quality. So
That's
if
9.
you get at least 9, then it's a 1-to-1 shot. If it's less, then it's something else.
It's what, printed, halved, and halved? So it's a quarter.
It's printed. So it's his printed value halved because he's disordered. So he's worth
He's
6.
He also has 3 increments lost, though.
Yeah, that doesn't affect it. It's only when he's down to 0.
What?
I mean, when he's down to 1, that it would matter. So that is going to be a 1-to-1. So that's going to be a hit there, and a morale check for those boys.
0 would affect it too. Yeah.
All right, he made it. All right, your shot on the disordered guy.
Okay.
56.
I think we got
56.
something.
That's probably a hit, even at 1.5-to-1. That's a hit. Because I think those Russians fire a little bit better, right? They are
They're the same group.
Oh, they're the same group?
Right.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're all just times 2. I've been spoiled.
He does have a different symbol than the other guy. He has the little
He's your
skirmish symbol
Argerskis.
in between.
Yeah, but the Argerskis are in line or times 2. Yeah, so it's still the same. So you're going to have, so that's going to give you 8, and then this guy's going to add in whatever his full printed value is.
4 or 6, I don't know what it is.
4, okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to have 12, right? So 12 to 14 is shy of 1-to-1. And what did you roll? Was it 56 or 55?
Yeah, 56.
Yeah, so that's a hit.
Yeah.
So that's a hit and a morale check.
And if he fails a morale check, you're out.
Yeah. Right, and I guess if he routes, then he loses another increment for leaving a zone of influence.
Do you have zone of influence into village/town?
Oh yeah, you're right. You don't in this rule system. So no, he's not going to lose an extra one. But then he's got to try to move back.
Is it that you don't have a zone of influence in or out of a town hex?
You don't have one into it, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
In the
And
general
we're
order.
out about 1.5 times his movement.
Yeah. So what's his movement? Is it 11? So that's a Little Woods. I think the Little Woods is probably 2, right?
And the travesty of all of this, Rick. The travesty of all of this, Rick, is that I can't move. Next round, I can't move him into that hex. He's out of command.
Yeah, but you can move him out now that there's not somebody adjacent to you.
I can.
Yeah,
That's true.
so you could regroup him out of there.
That is 100% true.
Send somebody else in.
Yes.
Is that 9 to there? Never mind.
I think he's, yeah.
Okay, we done, Hawk?
Yeah, I think you're done on that
think that's
side. So
everybody.
now you would move over to anything on the other side there, and I don't think you've got adjacent right now.
There's nothing in the middle.
Yeah. So.
No. No assaults, no charges.
Yep, I think they were doing some assaults over on.
I have a couple shots on Mitch.
Oh, okay. Is Mitch here with us? Or is he with the other group? No,
Yeah.
Mitch is
Yes.
here. Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah.
Right
Yeah,
here.
take your shots.
So I have some guard artillery that can shoot now. Okay, so these two here, this is to the left of Lobta. These two will fire at these guys here. So that would be 12-6, right? 2-1.
Nope, they've got a defense of 9. Because they're in battalion
With a
mass.
+5.
Yeah. 5. That's going to be a hit.
Okay.
Because it's 1.
So I rolled a 55. So
yeah, and even with the plan is get a single hit. And there's a good chance that they will. Oh, they've got a good. Oh no, they don't have a good morale. I looked at their melee value thinking it was the morale. Oh, they got a morale of 18.
No, they can't move on the fucking planet, so keep firing.
Yeah.
okay. And then the other guys up here, these ones, that will be, we'll fire at this guy with 40. 3-9.
Okay.
So
you're
that's
4-1 odds. With a +6 for
3-1, right?
No.
Or no, 4 to 1.
40 to
I'm
9.
sorry,
It's
4 to 1.
yeah,
With a
4 to 1.
+6.
Have you not rolled already?
He has not rolled that one yet.
All right, I rolled a 25, so that's a
All right, I made my morale
35.
check.
That's good enough for a single hit, and they pass their morale check.
So I just rolled it. It's 25, so it's a 35.
Yeah.
So I took a hit and I made my morale check.
Okay, and then would they roll through onto the cavalry there?
What's their range? It looks like their range is 11. So 1, 2,
Because
3,
that's
4,
right,
5,
extreme
6,
range
7,
11.
8, 9,
11.
10, 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll.
So then you would hit that. And it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be a 4 to 1, but
Roll.
no pluses.
Okay. 21.
That's good enough for a single much. Certainly makes for a very bloody game, but
80% of the balls made it past. That's what the historical record shows.
80% of them did.
Yes.
80% of cannonballs did what? They
Balls
just
would make their distance, yeah. So only 20% would get stuck in the whatever. So you get massive throw fire. And you've seen the armor where the ball goes right through the breastplate. A human doesn't present any loss in momentum of a cannonball.
Okay.
When I was in
All right,
Paris,
well,
there
I'm
at
done.
Les Invalides, we saw that chest plate with the big hole in it and the big exit hole in the back. Just like, oh, there was a guy wearing that when that happened.
No.
Somebody.
It wouldn't have made a rat's ass difference to the man standing behind him.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd just as dead if he was standing there or not.
That wasn't. Oh, come on now, Eric. That's not a Crossier's. That's not a Crossier's cuirass. That's a Carabiner's cuirass. Come on.
Is that what it is? Hey, it's been. Let's see.
That is a.
Forgive me for not remembering.
It's the all brass one. It's not the. It's not the silver.
Okay. Carbineers had that. Okay. Exciting.
Trying to hold you to the highest of standards, Eric.
Well, this is why we keep you around, you know. So when I
fact check.
Yep.
Did you-
factcheck.org.
Did you hear the story about that? Did you hear the story about that? I don't know if they have that the backstory behind it, but they figured out whose that was, and then they figured out years and years and years later, it might have been the dude's brother posing as him.
Oh, really?
Did they have anything about that at that display?
I as I said, it was back in 2018, and I don't
You got to see it a few more times.
exactly. So, well, I think we are probably done with stuff. If everybody's back in the game room. Yep, looks like it is. Everyone's back in the lobby. So it would be time to do recoveries and all that good stuff. So people that are routed.
We've done all that already.
Oh, you've done that on
Routed
your side.
first or disordered first? I can't remember.
Yeah, in the West, we're pretty much finished the turn.
Rick, it's disorder first, then routes,
Okay.
and then cavalry tired.
34. 64. What? It's feeling good. See this loser. Bad. Nope. Okay, control.
Oh, yeah, he's going to stay disordered.
Did you roll for this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
15 ain't gonna cut it.
Nope. Roll as good as I. All right. I think that's it.
Then you got your routed guys, I guess, and
I do. Where?
you got some back in Garuna. Guys that are holding on by a thread.
Oh, I guess. Sure. Why not? Just let them stay there and try.
Let's see, so it's going to be a 31. They may recover. Yep, they do. I mean, it's important, you know, when you get to the top of the hour and you have to do your morale sort of calculation for the core. So,
I see.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So there's no point in leaving them. You want to try to get them back to good morale, even though you're never going to use them again. As long as they're routed, then they count against your morale level. So.
Cool. I think I'm done.
We're finished on the West, I think.
All right. Sounds like you guys can advance the clock to the 8:40 turn.
Hit the move marker. Dun dun dun.
Clock has been advanced.
All right.
Do we want to start the next turn now, or do we want to wait until after the holiday?
Well, you could do, there's a couple of things. You could do the maneuver unit placement, kind of get that taken care of. And that way, then when we come back in January, at least that's sorted out. It's up to you guys what you want to do.
Yeah, why don't we do that?
Yeah. That, I mean, you've got.
At least for the coalition, it should go pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine it's similar for the French. You guys have been doing pretty much the same command.
We have a little bit of cavalry back and forth, but by and large, it's pretty solid now.
Yeah. So a good idea would be to get it sorted out now, and that way then you're ready to start off with a bang come 2026.
Cool. All right, coalition. Meet in the HQ, I guess.
Going to French headquarters? Yeah.
Hey, team.
Hey.
Hello.
Overall, it's basically working as designed. Alex, you're racking their cavalry. It's at this point, the main fighting, the pivotal point is going to be the cavalry fight. And like the squares surrounding that regiment, I think you scored all 3 of your hits on your shield.
I did. I felt bad for him. Just
not nearly as bad as we're going to feel for him next turn because he's exposed his entire cavalry force to trot attacks.
Yeah, he's a little bit and he blocked his cuirass, so they're still at least 2 or 3 turns away.
Which means you guys can chew on whatever you can trot to, basically. And then the artillery will come up shortly after. So the trot makes it difficult for them to move because if they move, you can zap them. And then when the artillery arrives, they have to move or die. And then they're going to die either way. So this is exactly the situation we've hoped to arrange.
A question for Napoleon.
Yeah.
So the guard artillery, the horse artillery, is over between Gorbitz and Obergorbitz or Niedergorbitz or wherever it is over here.
Yeah.
So it has a choice to make. Should it support the guard here with this massive attack that's coming from the Austrians? Because I can easily set up over here and get oblique shots as they're coming in. Because this is definitely making a press towards that. We'll have artillery up here, and if I bring the guard artillery over here, we'll be able to really get some good crossfire action, I think.
I think it's more important to keep the guard horse artillery and the first cav horse artillery pushing to the west wing.
Okay.
Because
that was
your
my
primary
question.
targets are the Russian heavy cav when it arrives. Because you've already got your beautiful infantry squares and now the cav coming up. So that's 2 of the 3 arms. When you bring in those 2 good horse artillery groups, you're going to have really good combined arms power on the wing. And that's where it really matters. That the opportunity to deploy artillery against the Austrians, the guard itself has lots of internal artillery. The young guard has good artillery and so on.
Okay, that was my question.
What you could do as Marmont's corps arrives, Marmont's corps now can start to shift a little inward towards Dolchen. And because you want to give the cav enough space to fight its fight. And you've got 3 infantry divisions. 1 is pushing forward in square. You could take your other 2 infantry divisions and begin to grind in on Dolchen, supported by your foot artillery.
Okay. That sounds great. That was my question.
What will happen, hopefully, is we'll get a gigantic cavalry fight in that open space, which we are well positioned to win, both by numbers and by multiple arms of troops. And then you're also going to start grinding into Dolchen. You don't have to go frontally, just be selective, knock out their artillery, do a little counter battery, targets of opportunity, and then bring the pressure. And eventually their whole left wing will crumble probably 3 hours from now.
Hey, I have a question. What is the range of a trot attack? 4?
2.
No.
2?
To your front. So you've got to be pointed at him.
Yeah, it's opportunity charge is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's going to be something that happens. It's going to be something that happens when he's moving. So if he's pulling his unit back or moving his unit, then you can do an opportunity charge during his movement phase.
If he's within your opportunity charge zone.
Right.
And it's used as a solution to the fact that if heavy cav tries to charge light cav directly, the light cav just retreats before combat. But they can't retreat before an opportunity charge. So if you're able to get up to that 1 or 2 hex range, then you've got them pinned.
But
So
if they are no, but Brennan, and we discovered this at Borodino, if they are charged by heavy cavalry, then I don't think you get the. I think they can still retreat before combat.
There's no retreat before combat against the opportunity charge.
No, against the opportunity charge, correct. But if so if it's a case you're up and then you charge him with one of your guys, then you can't be opportunity charged while you're retreating before combat.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, but it basically.
Do I want to move Do I want to move Valaine's cavalry up here to this road out of Pestovitz?
Yes.
In line with your square. Yeah. I want them that close.
Yeah. You want to bring them down.
You can do the trot attack with either light or heavy cavalry. Its main purpose is to catch those super fast units, the O'Reilly Hussars at 8:15 and the Cossacks at 8:15. Like, they're going to get away from a regular charge. But either lights or heavies can opportunity charge them. And once you tag them, if they're disordered or exhausted, they can't retreat before combat. And that's when you throw in the direct charge.
Gotcha.
So it's a gradual build of capability upon capability upon capability that put them in a jam.
So I really want to keep moving my cavalry along to the right towards Pestovitz and line up on that square and be ready to charge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I mean, you can literally move right adjacent to any of the adjacent or within 2 of the Allied cavalries, but the fast ones especially, you can use it against anybody. It's primarily against the fastest ones that you can't charge directly.
Okay.
Robert, are you comfortable with the guard there? You do have a gap shaping up past Nauslitz. You'll want to think about how that's going to go. It's probably Marmont who's going to maybe fill that with a division. What do you think between Robert and Alex? What do you think of?
I was going to take the 20th, given what's occurring now that we've got the big cavalry fight to the south. I was going to shift the 20th division to fill in that gap to the right of the guard.
Yeah, great. Yeah, why don't you take the frontage, like from Nauslitz all the way over almost to Pestovitz until Second Corps arrives. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm hoping to do. It's going to be probably 2 turns, but yes, because they're going to have to kedge over there, and we've got to get the leaders moving in the right direction. But yes,
Second Corps is going to hit Pestovitz this turn.
That's really great.
Fourth division will.
Beautiful. And then you're kind of going to push on to Potschapel, and your real goal is to get into that church, get infantry into the church if possible, before Allied infantry arrives out there.
Got it.
And it's not critical if they happen to win the race, but at the moment you're pulling their heavy cav over. Like, we like that. They're just spreading thinner and thinner. So good.
So who's got the guard cavalry?
I have the heavy guard, Kev.
Who has the light guard cav?
I do. You mean Ornano over there?
Well, the Empress Dragoons in the heavy or the light?
They're heavy. They're heavy. They're dragoons. They're heavy.
Right.
It's
So-
all here.
I need to move my first heavy cavalry, and I kind of want to move it over on that flank there.
Okay.
So I was going to head that way. So Valane was going to head down towards the road by the square to Pestovitz, and then I was going to put the heavy cavalry kind of behind them in the same area where there's kind of the gap right now. So if you can move your guard cavalry to your left, then I can move my heavy cavalry to your right.
Okay.
Does that sound okay?
Yeah, I mean, fill in the guard cav to the left. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
And then you guys are also going to have Hawk's third heavy cav coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a situation where we want, having dealt with this with Brennan, quantity has a quality all its own. We need quality and quantity because he's got a lot of stuff. You know, he's going to bring in those Karas, those Russian guards. He'll charge them. We need to throw units at them to stop them, light cav to stop them. They'll get beat up, but the idea is then his cav will be exhausted and ready and easy pickings for our heavies.
So the heavy cavalry immediately behind the light cavalry, but in that space between Altfranken and Ropatschin, Pestovitz.
Because that's where if you look where his leaders are, that's where that guard cav is going to fill in.
Galitzin, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he's not going to charge and make it squares.
Where do you want that division of light guard cavalry under Ornano? They're kedging there right now, but
they're still pretty far back, aren't they? Where are they?
They're just trailing the infantry there, just north of Altfranken.
Yeah, we've got they're still an hour away, so just keep on bringing them up, and we'll have more details as they get closer. Right now, it's still a little too early to give you a specific.
So I'll just keep kedging them forward.
Bringing them forward behind Niedergorbitz and Gorbitz. That's sort of the marshalling area for deployment.
Okay.
Matt, when you bring your light and heavy cavalry up into the Pestovitz area, don't forget, don't build a solid wall, stirrup to stirrup. You're in that zone, but you want them to be checkerboarded usually so that they can go through each other you always end up needing to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Even on the front line, if you wouldn't want me to line up right on the road to the square.
I mean, one or two units, yes, but always leave a gap. The intervals, like triple or quintuple your power versus a single unit holding the hex. You always want gaps that things can happen through.
Good.
Okay, so let's talk about MU chits. The second one is always Victor's second corps.
Mm-hmm.
You good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, the first chit is, Matt, that's for you to pick either your light or your heavy cav with.
Okay. Oops.
Who do you want it for? Yeah.
I think I want to put it on the heavy cav this turn. Wait a minute. Think about that, Matt. Maybe I do want it on the second. Yeah, I think I do, because I want to get those guys in line there first to Pestovitz. And then I can move my commander for first cavalry and then kedge towards that. Oh, I grabbed a lot of them. Okay, so here's Victor. And then the first one is for Valais. And I don't need 3.
Although if 3 is available, you could conceivably do both, right? Okay. So then the next next major chit is guard with fifth corps, right? Fifth chit.
There's a 7 chit here. Drag that back to the river.
You can hang on to it for a bit. Okay. And then Robert, your second chit is chit 4.
I got another chit?
Well, you always have the chit 4 for Ornano, but you haven't been needing it lately.
No, I don't need it for that, but do you want to Want me to roll for Lefebvre, or do
Yes.
you want to
Yeah.
give
No,
him an
roll for
automatic?
Lefebvre, certainly. Roll.
Okay.
You can roll now.
Okay. Left. Okay, he's got a activation then.
So you can go find which chit he was using.
I have no idea.
Here's 12 for you from
Okay. Great. 12. Okay. So we'll put 12 on him. 12 will go over here. Great. Oh wait, there's already a 12 on the MU chart. So somebody else used 12 last. Okay. Yeah, I
and
got
then
it.
chit 4 is typically Ornano's chit, and if like I don't think I need it in the city this turn. So chit 4 is available for either for Hawk or for Cav or whatever you guys want to do. There's chit 4. We'll bring it out west. Is there another Cav group that could use chit 4?
I'd love
I'm
it.
good.
I'll take it for the heavy cavalry.
Well, there you go.
There you go. Take it.
That's 4.
Yeah.
Chit 4. It's near Altfranken at the moment.
Okay, great. Ah, right, good. Okay. So chit 4 goes on Bordeaux here.
Okay, and then Mike Hawkins, you usually use chit 3. Do you need that over in your city defense?
I still don't think I need it.
So chit 3 is available. Who wants to do more with cavalry? Is that something that's ready for Dumeric or Nano? Like now you can start to see what's going to happen is we can have an awful lot of cavalry MUs in that area.
I'm trying to think, where's Dumeric these days? I lost him.
He's not ready yet.
He's down there by all your squares, Alex.
Oh, there he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But pretty soon he will be.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to happen, like if we had this many chits and Dumeric were available, now you'd have the entire cavalry force active against a rather smaller allied force. So that's a really good situation. Okay, and then Alex, you've got chit 6 for Marmont.
Yeah, 6 and 7 are just
Are your typicals? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. And did Pajol roll successfully?
Yes.
Okay, super. So our sort of defensive cav groups are also live and ready to engage stuff. Cool.
So I'm just checking. We've got one is on the playing field, correct?
Yep.
One's on the map. 2's on the map. 3, 4, 5. I thought I heard someone say they had 12 on the map.
Yes.
Okay.
$15 is the garrison. We'll put that in.
Okay. Might as well put in all 4 of the activation chits, right?
Yep.
I think that's it.
And we have a really good idea of what everybody's doing too, right?
Mm-hmm. Now we just have to remember it for 2 weeks.
Just watch the last half hour of this session. Yeah.
It'll be deja vu all over again.
Exactly.
Robert, the one thing, like there's a gap that's developing between the Young Guard and Friedrichstadt. It's very well covered by mortars, and the Allies aren't in there yet, but they can try. And we may need to squeeze the Guard back towards town to block. We don't want them cutting our ammo. at the
Oh,
bridge
okay.
or coming out of pretty sharp. But
I was going to move the cavalry over there.
there you go. That's a really good starting point.
Lefebvre over there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then as that
We'll see what he
situation
does.
stabilizes, we can kind of figure out what to do next. And then once we've built up pressure and start to win on the far west, and we push the Allies back towards the city, then our whole position will shorten in towards the city, and there will be no threats of those gaps. But right now, it's like a little stretched. And then it's up to us to win the fight at the front. I mean, and that's where it gets exciting. So I think it's very clear what the overall maneuvering has been, and now it's up to the team to win the fights.
Yes.
Cool. Let's see how the Allies are doing.
I think we're ready for lobby, everybody.
Hey guys, you got yourself sorted out?
Over. Yeah, I think.
Okay. The French just
Have we
wrapped.
put in our bucket?
Yeah,
Cup.
we got them in the bucket.
So you put my MU in there?
Yep.
You
Which
got
was
6 there.
number 2,
Got
I
all
think.
7 of them.
They're in there too.
What's that?
Those extra ones are in there for me as well.
Yeah, I got 1 through 7 in there.
Okay.
Right on. So I guess we're done for the night then.
That
that
would
what
be
we're
the
saying?
case.
I think
Done
so.
for
Good.
Everyone's
Now I can
up
go
in the
back
lobby.
to pitching to.
We'll do that off camera. Whoops, I went to the wrong one. All right, guys, that's a wrap. We'll see you guys in January.
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
guys.
Happy,
Okay.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.